into the chat. And because, I had to do this on my phone again, which means I also have to get ready to do, whack at somebody. So I got to go into the control room here while I'm waiting for you guys to join me and be able to look at the chat. There we go. And I got the sound off. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. Hi, Dachshund Gal. Hi, Lady Hetfield. Hi, Babs. Welcome in. Yeah, I started a couple of minutes early because it's like still, I'm learning more and more, though. I'm still unable to change the settings so that I restrict the chat only to subscribers when I'm on my phone like this. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do the wacka troll thing tonight, but I'm ready for that. I'm ready. It will not catch me by surprise. Hi, Babs, Carla, HFC. Hi, Susan. Hi, Anne Maria. Hi, JM. Hi, Kim. Beverly. Aim for Stars. Great Zaza. Hi there. And Patricia. Hi, May. Anyway, yeah, well, I'm excited to see when my first troll will be here. You know what? I'll be really glad when I can go back to the regular live streams from my laptop, though, which hopefully will be next Wednesday from Iceland, unless I burn up in a volcano, which could happen. Lisa, my hair needs washing today, but thanks for saying that. Yeah, I got to wash my hair tomorrow for the trip. Hi, Justin, Patricia, John, see you too. Welcome in. Hi, Candace. I don't know, Steve R. Anyway, so yeah, I had a last kind of day. I mean, I'm technically here tomorrow too. Hi, Babs. Yeah, I'll let you know, Babs, if I need it tonight. I'll be okay. Like I said, I'm just, I'm winging it tonight. Next week, hopefully, I can do it on my laptop. I'll hopefully have good enough Wi-Fi. Thanks, Lady Hetfield. Well, I just wanted to, while you guys are coming into the chat, I just want to share with you that Iceland's got a massively erupting volcano right now with hot lava. They had to close the Blue Lagoon. And so, yeah, Krimble, we don't discuss that. Hi, Denise. Hi, Bern. Oh, I'm still going. Unless they close the airport, I will be there. I thought actually, I was worried. I'm following it until I'm flying there Tuesday, so I'll be following it. I mean, if they close the airport, I don't know. I guess they would delay the flight. I don't know. That's gonna be a thing. So, yeah. Hi, Susan. Hi, Josephine. And Kimber. Welcome in. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, it's a little bit. On the other hand, I'm so excited to see it. I've never seen an erupting volcano in person before. Probably see it from the plane and probably see it for, it's no danger. Apparently, I read the reports. There's no danger to the city of Reykjavik. So as long as I can get in on the plane, it will be fine. Yeah. So hi, Deborah. Hi, Angie. Yeah, Nordic Light. Yeah, Blue Lagoon, I guess, is closest to where this is, and they have been closing that a lot every time there's a eruption because that's fed with the volcanic whatever heat lava underneath anyway. So hi, Dachshund Gal. Viking one. Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm gonna, I have a window seat for the plane, so I'll even take some video out the window if I can see it coming in for a landing, the volcano, which I'm sure I probably should be able to. And that'll be great. Hi, Joni. Hi, Aiden. JM. Hi, Claude. Welcome in, Claude. It's nice to see you. Anyway, so today I went to the Pyramid of Tirana, but I did not climb the Pyramid of Tirana because I couldn't even count all the steps. I'm guessing over 200 steps. And I can do some steps, but I can't do that many steps. So I took some video of it, of people going up the steps and going to the top. I wish I could have, but that wasn't going to happen. They say there's an elevator, but then when I read about it online, it said it's hard to get somebody to let you use the elevator. You have to like get someone's help to do that. You can't just get in an elevator. So anyway. Oh, Kimber, yeah, that's cool. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I'm actually there's things that I'm looking forward to back in the US. Dachshund Gal, absolutely. The pyramid is not that old. I think it was built originally back in the 80s, but then they redid it in the last 10, 15, something like that. So yeah, but unfortunately, like a lot of things here, the infrastructure is not always great in supporting like things for disabilities or anything. So I I just didn't, I wasn't going to risk doing that today and trying to find somebody that was going to, because yeah. I went and had some lunch and then I walked over there and then I walked all the way back to my hotel, took some additional footage. So it wasn't that important to me to go to the top of it. I mean, I know there's probably a good view of Tirana from up there. It's right in the center of the city. So, it's kind of cool. But it's very futuristic looking. Um, anyway, hit that like button, guys. Oh, we only have 32 likes. You got to hit that like button now. No, it's not. Well, today it clouded over a bit, so it was a little cooler. The high was about 90, 91. I have not purchased any souvenirs, Joni. I didn't have any room for souvenirs. I purchased an umbrella at the Tower of London because I needed an umbrella the day that it was pouring rain. But and it has little Tower of London on the umbrella, but that's it. So sorry, Charmaine, if I'm cutting out. I'm doing this on. So anyway, hi, Letty Hetfield. Yeah, accessibility. I know. Yeah, I remember that, Faith, when the flights were when that was when they had a big ash cloud. This particular volcanic eruption is a lot more lava than ash, I think. So anyway. Hi, I found Dory. Anybody else hearing static? Are you guys hearing me? Let me know if you're hearing me. Christine, I was going to go back to the US in 2 months anyway, and I just decided after the horrible Airbnb incident that I just was going to go back now. I've got to take care of things, and I just, you know what? I'm just kind of marking time over here, and I'd rather go back, get my ducks in a row about getting residency somewhere over here before I ever come back to Europe. So good. Thank you guys for letting me know you can hear me. Yeah, Lucy's right here. She's hanging. She's very happy about going back to the US. She said she needs a break. I think she mostly needs a break from all the trauma that's occurred over here. So she also didn't get a chance to try a lot of American food while she was in America. So she wants to have some of that. So yeah, she'll make an appearance again in a second. Hi, Corinne. London artist. Okay, the sound's clear but intermittent. Then, and like I said, I can't do anything about my connection. I'm using it on my phone, and it's the best I can do. Okay. Yeah. Lucy's going in the. She's going in the the carry-on bag on the way back. So yeah. So I'm leaving Saturday, flying to London. Oh yeah, I'm going to Iceland, Lisa, unless they close the airport. But I'm going to London Saturday, and then I'm going to Iceland on Tuesday, and then I'll be back in the U.S. on the 24th. But then I've got another journey within the U.S., so I won't be actually back out in the Reno area till I think on the 27th. So. Um, well, Mark Lee, you'd have to share your friend's name for me to shout someone out. Hi, Pierrette from Ottawa. Probably won't go into that here, but thanks for asking. If we have time, I may loop back around to that, so we'll see. Okay, now that's thank you for being the first wacka person here. Okay, Mark, I already answered you, so you're gone too. Yes, I do, Esther. The good news is everything looks like it's working out for having a place to stay for a couple of weeks when I get there. So that's everything's good with that. And yeah, JM, I just took care of that person. Um, and yeah, it took a few minutes, but now we're getting the people in. But hi, Daniela. Yeah, I'm doing okay today. Yeah, it's going to be cold in Iceland. I'm going to be chilly. I've got kind of a warmer long sleeve hoodie thing to wear, and I've got a rain jacket, but I think it is going to be kind of chilly, so that's okay. Okay, just got two. I got a twofer there, 2 for 1. To ask would I consider getting residency in Mexico or South America. I'm not going to rule it out, but that's not my primary thing. I've got ideas and plans, and I've already done a lot of research, guys. I just don't want to share where I think I'll end up until I'm really more sure. I'm still going to try to live in Europe, so I've got a couple of irons in the fire here, and yeah. Oh yeah, Lisa, I'm gonna love it in Iceland. Yeah, I'm gonna love the cooler weather there. I get energized in the cold. So yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, well, we'll see. You know what? They make those wonderful Icelandic sweaters there, but I cannot afford those. Those are way too expensive. So I might get just a regular hoodie with Iceland or Reykjavik on it or something like that if they're not too terribly expensive. We'll just see. Hi, Willenda. I like your emojis. I know. I love the cold weather. Oh, bye. Okay, bye, Dory. I will find my landing spot. Well, as long as my YouTube channel doesn't crash and burn. That's the thing here. I don't know. I just want to give a thing here to tell you guys, if you have not seen the video that came out yesterday, please go and watch it and share it out because it just is, YouTube didn't push it out. And it's a good video about, the important things we should know by the time we get older. And they just aren't pushing stuff out unless I do sensationalistic stuff. And I don't want to do a whole bunch of sensationalistic stuff. I want to do real stuff. So anyway, if you haven't watched it yet, watch it. Please share it out with anybody you know. And no, I still don't have a resolution from Airbnb, ACO. So you know, just the main thing I would like from viewers is just please watch my videos. Please give them a thumbs up. Please comment if you can. That's all free. So if you can do that, it helps my channel out tremendously. And speaking of which, I need you to hit that like button still. We're only at 71 likes. Thanks, Colleen, for saying that. I know, I just can't do. I was having a discussion with Jeff, Jeff the expat, about clickbait. We were both discussing it because, he has a channel. And I just said, I just can't. I can't do it. I mean, I've done like titles, like I said, like this is the worst train trip I've ever been on, or this is the worst host I've ever had. But that's true. It's like it's not really clickbait. It really is the experience. And I just you know, yeah, LJ, I don't know if you're being a whatever. So if you need me to say hi to a friend, then say hi to a friend. Um Oh, Nordic Light. Yeah, we hope for residency. Yeah, I know. Thank you from Sweden. Yeah, now I'm just getting a real sense as I go through it. I can kind of tell who's trouble, so I'm just trying to deal with that right now. Anyway, I told you what I did today. Tomorrow is just really other than going out and getting some lunch, it's just a packing day and just getting everything ready for Saturday. I have to check out, and then they're going to hold my bags here at the hotel because my flight isn't until evening. So, yeah, Lady Hatfield, YouTube is notoriously fickle with the algorithm, unfortunately. Thanks for saying that, Lex to Tex. Hi, Izzy. I don't think there's an absolute formula to get a video pushed out. I'll be honest with you. I really don't. I've had videos that I thought this will certainly get pushed out, and then it doesn't. And then ones that I never expected would get pushed out, get pushed out. So, yeah. Oh, Aiko asked if I took my guitar back. Yeah, let me tell you that. I did take my guitar back. I got the 80 euros they promised. And okay, well, you're gone. Saying I got to get rid of one, please. It's like, come on, people. Anyway, I took my guitar back and I didn't even have to remind them. They remembered and they paid me the 80 euros back. And so, yeah, I took care of that person, JM. Anyway, yeah, so I had got that done Tuesday, so that was nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I actually don't like saying their name, even Zaza. And, I wasn't sure. They're being more subtle tonight on their trolling. So I'm having to I don't like deleting somebody unless I really get a feeling that but they're all kind of doing the similar thing tonight. So. It is really stupid. I'll be glad next week. Keep your fingers crossed. I have good internet in Iceland because I really want to do this back on my laptop so I don't have to deal with this. Yes, Rhonda, it is. It absolutely is. Brings out the worst in people. Anyway, so yeah, I took care of that, my guitar, and like I said, everything's pretty much ready for, just got to pack up tomorrow. I am getting rid of more stuff. I'm dumping more stuff by the side of the wagon trail again. Because, I got plenty of clothes back home, and there's some things I'm just tired of wearing, and they're gone. So I just I need a lighter carry-on, and so I don't care how heavy my main suitcase is because it's getting checked, but I really want to make sure that I don't have a heavy carry-on because it was just too heavy even coming down here from London, and I've got to have a lighter bag. And I also have a smaller backpack that I just put my personal stuff and purse items in and stuff to go on the plane. So yeah. Thank you for reminding people, Linda. Yes, Arstan, I'm sure there is a bar in Iceland that's made of ice. I don't know if it's in Reykjavik or not. Yeah, I know there's a lot of places. There is a hotel in Finland, I think, and in Sweden. I think there's several of these places. Aiko, I'm sorry to say I've not really had Albanian dishes here. I'm not adventurous food-wise. I'm really not. And I have a very finicky stomach too. So I always get really like nervous about trying things that I know is not going to, and my stomach has not, ever since I was in that Airbnb thing, my tummy has been not happy. So, because emotional stress does that to me. So no, I haven't been adventurous. I can't handle spicy stuff, um, and things that are too rich. So, no, T Cash, I have never been to Iceland before, and it is on my bucket list. I was talking to Jeff, the expat, on the phone the other night, and I said, you know what? I have a bucket book at this point. I don't have a bucket list. It's a bucket book because every time I do something, I think to myself, oh, that's on my bucket list, and I didn't even realize it. Like, I've had so many things that I've done while I've been gone for almost like, it's going to be 5 months almost by the time I get back to the US. And so, yeah, I got a bucket book going. It's long, it's not just a list. Doxengal asked how I'm feeling if I feel lonely or sick or having to make decisions on the fly. I need a break right now. Yes. Not lonely. I don't normally get lonely. And I've been alone a lot in my life, and I like being alone a lot. So lonely, not really, but I'm burned out on what I've been doing. So yeah, yeah. Oh, our Stan, yeah. I'm definitely having fish in Iceland. You bet. I'm gonna have like 2 good meals of fish when I'm there. Absolutely. Oh, hi, Teffy. Welcome in. If you see any trolls, just whack them. The book. Yeah, I know. It's a whole, I just came up with that. I haven't heard you talk about a bucket book, but it's a book at this point. Okay, well, you're gone too. Thank you. Oh, Nordic Light sharing the Heist Hotel in Sweden there. I know. I should do a video. I will do that, Zaza. That's on my list now. And Lady Hetfield, if I could give you a little award right now, I would, because that was the very thing I was going to discuss in this live stream tonight about we need to reset in our lives once in a while. And I'm going to ask you guys a question about that in a second. I need a reset right now because didn't know what it was going to take to do this adventure. I've done this adventure. It's been great. I've got lots of good memories. I've got a few bad ones. But it's okay because I know I'm going to do a retrospective about the most important things I really learned from this experience. But yeah, we need a reset, once in a while. And So the thing is, I actually got a couple of quotes here, and this one I didn't attribute it to anyone, but it said, reset, refocus, readjust, restart as many times as you need to in life. Just never give up. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I wanted to ask you guys, I know I won't be doing the healing geothermal waters, at least unless I get engulfed in lava. That's my sick humor coming out, guys. So anyway, this is a good time to ask you guys. Okay, yeah. Well, you're gone. Anyway, so what do each of you do to kind of reset in your life? Like when you've had a time in your life you had to reset, what helped you? I guess that's the thing I'm asking. So you can share if any of you have had that experience and have had to do a reset, please share what has worked for you. Um, lava, kind mind says lava lavish. I know, I know. Okay, so we've got some things. Okay, Deborah says travel somewhere I haven't been. Connie says draw, paint, write, read. Anna says prayer. Alone in nature, HFC says. Josephine says disappear alone into nature. Marianne says meditation, yes, and travel helps too, except when you have to reset from your travel. Travel locally, JM says journaling, endless walks. Teffy says nature, Buddhism, Wayne Dyer, Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, I'm with you on all those things. That was Maria and Joanna said endless walks. Yoga, Joni said. Oh, I'm having a hard time keeping up, guys. Okay, hang on. Patricia says time on my own doing everyday things. Janice says I like to change my environment. Lisa says prayer, decluttering. Yeah, I'm going to declutter my storage unit when I get back to the US. Lori says spending time alone. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time alone. I don't really need the reset from that, but but I can understand if you haven't been alone, you need the alone time. Yeah. Linda says storyboard what? Yes, that's great idea, Linda. Storyboard what you want the next phase to be. I like that. Thank you. Yeah. Rose says travel, staycation, journal, pray. Rhonda says avoid resident riffraff. Lady Headfield says read, breathe. Yeah. So a lot of you are saying, yeah, unfortunately, I can't totally disconnect from the internet, but I understand why that helps. Believe me, Justin. Let's see. Roselle says go to the mountains, commune with the trees. Yeah. You guys have got great things. You guys have had to reset, I guess. Lisa says she has 5 books going for journaling. Yeah, except things, well, that was in my, the video yesterday about you have to accept that change is the essence of life, that nothing will ever stay the same. Nothing. It's just, and it's one of the hardest things that us humans accept. Like we have a hard time accepting that. So, Rhonda says I think I'm caught up here. Yeah, Hannah, please don't bring in politics to this, please. Lady Hetfield, yeah, change is absolute. Glad to do it, World Full of Music. Yeah, absolutely. Linda, what I want and what I don't want. I know. And I'm already been in kind of reset mode this week because I'm preparing for that. I'm preparing to be back and kind of the main thing is I have to find a place to stay. I mean, I have a place to stay for the first couple of weeks, but I need a place to stay. And I really need something for at least 6 months, maybe even a year. I'm giving myself up to a year in the US before I come back to Europe or go back to Europe. I just want to make sure, and it may take less than a year. It may only be 6 months. It may be 8 months. I don't know, but probably at least six. I've got to work on my health. I got to eat better. I've just got to take care of my dental stuff. I've just got to, there's things I got to do. And I got to build my channel. And I'm working on building my spiritual channel. By the way, for those of you that follow my spiritual channel, a new video will be out there tomorrow. So look for that that comes out on Fridays. So Kind Mind says, yes, a mindset of gratefulness, gratitude. Yes, just being okay with wherever you are. Yeah, I didn't make gratitude, gratitude to me is kind of just like breathing. So a lot of time I don't think about making a big deal out of it, but excuse me, but it was kind of implied in a lot of the things I said in the video yesterday. Like when you make mistakes, you have to just not beat yourself up, be okay with it. And a part of that was just being grateful, as well as grateful about change that it even occurs. So, Marianne, it doesn't really bother me, but I know the tooth needs to come out because it's not going to heat at this moment. So I've got to get it removed. Fortunately, I do have a good oral surgeon in Reno who I trust. He took out a really problem tooth for me. So anyway, I can get it done. Just I want to be in a place where I recuperate afterwards, because it takes me 2 or 3 days after a tooth gets pulled to really feel, okay, like, through the pain and kind of dealing, and make sure it's healing right and everything else. So yeah, I'm going to be in the Reno area for a while. I don't know if I'm going to be there the whole time right now, Jane. So yeah. Anyway, we got to get those likes up, people. We're only at 135 likes, so let's get it to 150. Let's get that to 150, please. Yeah, no, I don't have health insurance that covers my dental in the US, unfortunately, Janice. No, but I would have, it's out of pocket. Fortunately, I am 80% covered for my medical, but I still will need a medical supplement if I want to be fully covered. I have Medicare Part A and B, but fortunately, I don't really need the prescription thing at this point in time because I only have one prescription medication that's really cheap. So I don't really care about the prescription plan, but yeah. But I will tell you that my plan for when I get an apartment probably is to live minimally for the next, if it's up to a year in the US, I'm just doing it minimally. Because I just don't, first of all, I don't want that much stuff. I don't have any I got rid of everything before, all my furniture. I still have all my kitchen stuff, bedding, things like that, but I'm just going to get a bed, a table, a chair, and that's about it. Like, and I'll probably do the table like at a thrift store or something like that if I can. So the bed is the main thing. I'll just get something on Amazon and have it delivered. It's the easiest. So, and I'm just going to get like a day bed, like a twin. I'm not even getting something like, fancy or anything. So yeah, I'm going to live real minimally in a place. And I'm just trying to get a studio. So yeah. Hey, you were fast on that, Teffy. I was trying to get to that person and you got him first. Thank you. Yeah, Lisa, I'm trying to just get a studio. I don't have that much stuff. I don't want a lot of, empty space and an extra room that I won't really need. So, yeah, Teffy, you were on the ball there. Thank you guys. You got to over 154 likes. Yeah, I know, Melanie. Well, they're just trolling it. Christine, I have not had any contact with that person, and but I don't have a resolution from Airbnb, and I don't really expect I'm going to get one, honestly. They've been really kind of crappy. I will never book through Airbnb again. I can tell you that right now. So, yeah. Yeah, Linda, I hear you. See, you live simply too. I know. I have, like I said, I have kitchen stuff so I can cook. I clothes, I've got bedding. I'm fine, you know. So I can beat that, Anna. I can get a mattress Amazon for probably $99. So yeah, that's like a memory foam hybrid, you know. So yeah, Zaza, I don't furnished finders. They get booked up real fast, and I didn't find a lot that was really going to help me because I honestly don't want to I don't want to rent a room because if I just rent a room, I'm in someone else's house, then that's can potentially be a big problem again. And I don't have a car, and I'm not really planning on buying a car. I've decided to hold off on that. I may rent a car once in a while for a couple of days at a time, but that's it. I just can't, um, you know. Joni asked, when I was in the Peace Corps, how was the health insurance? Well, we were totally covered by the US government, but that was back in the 70s. I don't know how it is now, but we just totally had, great health care. I mean, I was almost died a couple times and they took care of me. So, yeah, World Full of Music. I would house sit maybe someday in the future, but not now. I need just my own space. To be in someone else's house is not going to help my stress level. You know, for some people it would be fine. But to me, that's just a different way of doing an Airbnb without paying is kind of how I look at it. I don't want to be in someone else's space right now. I just need my own little space. And just because that's how I regenerate. That's kind of how I, deal with things. So, yeah, I think there's an IKEA in Reno. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, anyway. Kelsey, I don't know who you're talking about. I was never in Florida. Exactly, Jane Enterprise. Exactly. You have to clean other people's houses and then everyone has cameras. I just, you know what? I wouldn't mind taking care of someone's pets. That would be fine, but I really just don't want to be paranoid about what I'm doing in someone else's house. Like, after especially after that Airbnb thing, like I mean, the person could say, "Hey, I didn't have any problem with my shower drain until you stayed at my house." You know, I yeah. I know there are probably wonderful people to house sit for, don't get me wrong, but right now that's just not the thing for me. So, boy, Teffy, you jumped on another one. You're going for it here. Thank you. It's been a lot pleasanter tonight so far. We're 38 minutes in. It's going better. Knock on wood. So yeah, big reset coming up, and I'm just going to run it by you. What I'm thinking about doing when I'm back in the U.S. and once I have reliable internet, hopefully, I'm going to probably do twice a week live streams to kind of share the whole process of kind of reassimilating, resetting, things like that. I'll still do at least one long form video a week, maybe two, but I might do two live streams a week because I enjoy doing them. I think it will be helpful, but also it's a good way to share in real time with you guys. So I think I'm going to do that. Oh, Lisa, I hear you. The one thing I'm really sick about on this trip is I didn't get to Scotland. I've been watching videos on YouTube about people traveling through Scotland lately because I just didn't get to do it this time. So, you know, yeah. Yeah, Malia, they do have a review system on Airbnb, but I don't think most people are really honest, to be honest. I have not left my review yet for this person, but I will be leaving a scathing review for sure. So and I don't know if she has an ability to get rid of that or not. I don't know. I don't care. So oh, Teffy, that's okay. We only need moderators when I really have to do this. When I'm doing the regular live streams from my laptop, usually we don't get trolls. So I'm really not that worried right now. As long as the internet, as long as I start having better internet, especially once back in the US. Um, I'm not ready to do a live on the other channel yet, Docs and Gal. I don't really have um, enough people, and I still have to kind of figure out what types of other topics I'm going to do on that channel. So I don't feel like I'm in a good place to do a live there yet, but eventually I would. I'm also planning on doing lives when I get a few more Patreon supporters on my Patreon, doing one on there, and then even potentially doing one where we could do like Zoom calls and stuff through with a certain number of people. But, you know, oh, Arstan, thank you for sharing that video, and I'm glad your friends loved it. I know, Maria Joanna, I hear you. I will be able to do that someday. I got one. I got one. Oh, Mary McDermott asked if I would go back to Albania. I've been thinking a lot about that this week. I have to tell you guys, I have a video coming out Sunday that has my last kind of scenes, things that I filmed here, and then also my take on like kind of my thoughts on Albania before I'm leaving. And I the one thing I really like here overall is overall the people here have been lovely. They really have. And there are in the capital here, there are a lot of people that speak English, which is really nice. It's very helpful. But it's, I just don't feel it for the country. And I don't think I said that in my Sunday video, but it's true. I just don't feel like it's someplace that I want to live. If I were 20 years younger and I wasn't concerned about getting older and needing medical care, but I worry about the medical care here. I have a viewer that used to live in Albania, and he told me that, it's hit or miss with getting good, like if you have something serious going on with the medical care. I can't do that as I'm getting older. 20 years ago, yeah, I probably wouldn't have been that concerned about it. But right now, yeah. So no, I've got to live in a country where I know that hi Nacho's mom. I got to live in a country where I know the healthcare thing is going to be fine. So, I mean, there's always going to be a potential, nothing's ever 100% good, but you know what I mean. So, hi Alex from Sweden. Got another one. Oh, I just say I got another one. That's what I do now. Thanks, kind mind, for saying that. Yeah, most of the EU countries do have pretty good health care, so yeah. I think it'll be fine. Jane, I did do a video on van living. It was like 2 years ago. You'll see it if you search through my thing and you put in like van or something. I think it'll come up. I really want to do another one. I will tell you guys that while I will not say anything 100% right now, I just think at my age and with how I'm feeling right now, I can't live in a van right now. That's why I pretty much have decided against buying. I'd rather put the money into an apartment and live in an apartment where even if I have to take an Uber a couple times a week to go somewhere or have my groceries delivered or take the bus, then I can do that. I just I really don't want to you know, I don't want to, worry about, a car breaking down. Living in a vehicle at my age, I did it 8 years ago, but I was 8 years younger, So I, if it was a vehicle, I mean, if it was a really nice van and it was like a Sprinter van or a Ram ProMaster or something like that, and I could stand up in it and I had it built out, yeah, I could probably live in that. But, that's I don't have the budget for that. That's not happening. So unless my channel got to 1 million subscribers and views, that's not happening. So, it is what it is right now. I make the best of it for now, live in an apartment, get my supplies or whatever I need in another way, and then do the best I can and try to, have a plan to get back into Europe. So, because I really want to like take care of my health in the US. I hope that I, knock on wood, don't have any major health issues in the next year because even with Medicare and stuff, it's not good enough to cover bills, unfortunately. Just pyrite, what region are you in? I actually, Reno's not cheap, but I can get something for about 1,000 a month there. So, you know, just pirates. Oh, in Connecticut. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Not right now, Teffy. I wouldn't consider having a roommate. I don't know. I haven't lived with somebody for 25 years. I don't think I could really do it, honestly. I'm just too much of an introvert. I like my privacy. I like my private space. Um, I just can't see, doing that. Um, yeah, Lady Hetfield, I have looked at other places, including even that area, because I did, grow up in Virginia, and it's, it is an emotional place for me, comfort place. But I've just spent too much time living alone. It is really hard to compromise living with another person. It could work if it was the right person, but finding that is hard. It really is. Yeah, Joni, it could actually be worse. I had a couple of bad roommates earlier in my life, so yeah, I've had a couple of those. But I didn't have any problem living with people when I was younger. I mean, even though I'm an introvert, I had roommates in college. Of course, I was married, and then I lived with someone for a long time, and then I was actually married twice. So I but as I've gotten older, the old thing about how you get more set in your ways and you just get more private is kind of true. And you just don't want to put up with the stuff that you were willing to put up with when you were younger. It just, now, some people are great with that. Some people are fine with that, but it's just not me. I think it would certainly be financially good to do something like that, of course. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, geez. Okay, I never had a roommate steal, so I guess I was lucky about that. Yeah, Babs, if I ever have the money for a tiny house, I would love to live in a tiny house on my own little, lot or something that I owned rather than paying rent. Sure, but I've got to have big videos first. I got to have a bigger channel first, so that's not, in the cards right now. Um, Yeah, tiny houses, boy, they've really jacked up the prices on those, haven't they? I think they were pretty affordable at first, like 25, 30,000. Now it's like three times that to get, and they're really small, which is fine. I like small, but I mean, it's like, yeah. I am, Malia. I am going to write a book. And that's something I'm going to work on. That's in my plans for the next year, actually. So, yeah, because I can, now it's easy to self-publish that and do it through Amazon. And of course, I can, connect it with my channel. So, yeah, there's lots of things. And so, yeah. Okay, any other questions you guys have? We're about 50 minutes, so any additional questions, start sharing them now. If you shared something, if you had a question earlier and I didn't see it, just ask it again. Yeah, that's right, HFC. I know. Yeah, I do love tiny houses though. I really do. I mean, my ideal circumstance. And I mean, it'd be more likely to do it in the US, but even overseas somewhere, to have a little house on a little plot of land and be able to have dogs, which to me, I just can't do dogs unless I have like a yard for the dogs, it's just, Pauline, I talked to a live stream. I'm not going to go into it again, but thanks for asking. Teffy, I might do that. Teffy's asking about offering online counseling to, not really counseling, but kind of coaching to subscribers. Yeah, when I'm settled in the US, I've thought about doing that as well. So, of course, I'll let you guys know if I'm offering that. Thank you, Rose. Sorry, it's buffering. It's fine on my end. It's not looking like it's buffering over here, but exactly, Sonata. The whole point is to be affordable. I mean, they're still more affordable than traditional housing, that's for sure. But, you know, it's, I would like to be in a place that I could stay for the rest of my life at some point, but, I don't know. I'm sure we all have the thing we want to do in our life, that we think, hey, I'd like to be in this particular situation or place the rest of my life. So, I'm sure we all have that. Yeah, I hear you, Janice. That's what I mean. I'm just, I'm just gonna get minimal, like the most basic furnishings in an apartment right now. I don't. The thing is, the only reason I don't want to stay in a furnished place is usually that's more expensive even, and I don't want to be paying for that every month, that expense, because I can get what I need for probably less than $300 total. So, um, the tiny apartments in Japan, you mean like the micro apartments or capsule apartments? I know they have really tiny ones in parts of Asia. So Zaza says, I've been here in Tucson and Habitat for Humanity's been building tiny homes. Yeah, well, glad. We need them because in the US in particular, there's so much. No, Mary, I'm going back to the US right now, so I'm not. Sicily has to wait until I come back to Europe. So, yes, thank you. Yeah, I can't say your name. Poran, okay? Anyway, I'll in Iceland next week for a couple of days. I know, I know. I'm excited about the volcanic eruption just because it'll look fantastic. But if they close the airport, I'm in trouble. Yeah. Okay, any other questions you guys have? Oh, yeah. Well, let me put Lucy back in the shot here. She's hanging out. Yeah, a lot of countries, Patricia, are good at designing small spaces. And I love small spaces because I don't need much. And I've lived in pretty small places for a long time now. The biggest house I ever lived in my whole life was the second house that my first husband and I got when I actually had a little bit more money at one point in my life. And we had a house that had like 2,400 square feet. That's the biggest place I've ever lived in. And you know what? I was never comfortable there. I hated that. There was just too much space. So, Anne Maria, my next live will probably be, I'll put an announcement up on the community tab, but it'll probably be next Wednesday from Iceland. And I'll try to coordinate it around the same time in the US. So it'll still be around 10 a.m. Pacific time in the US, 1 p.m. Eastern time. But it'll be from Iceland next Wednesday. That's the plan. Assuming, well, even if I don't have great internet, at the worst case, I guess I can do it like this again, but I really hope I don't have to do it like this again. Okay, any other last questions? I do miss cooking just pyrite, and I'm not a person who loves to cook, but boy, I miss my own meals. I miss being able to really make a real meal, not just eggs or something, but I mean like, ugh, this is how I felt when I was a year on the road in my van and I really couldn't make like really good stuff like out of the van. And I felt when I moved into my apartment there in California, I literally I didn't go out to eat for like 3 months. I just wanted to cook at home. So, yeah. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, Lowell like my lasagna. That's not an easy thing to make, though. I don't make that very often. So, Maria says, what's my favorite dish to make? Well, probably my lasagna, but it's not easy. I also like making beef stew. That's a comfort dish that I really enjoy making. I don't love cooking, but what's weird is I'm just craving it. I'm craving home cooking right now. So, oh, I'm sorry, Cynthia. I hear you. Well, take care, Devon. Thanks for popping in. Okay, we're at 206 on the likes. Can we get those to like 215? I do not stay in touch with my exes, Joni. I would have chosen to, but you know, when you are the person that usually breaks up the relationship, usually they don't want to talk to you. it's a phenomenon, you know. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like making pastas as well. Like I like doing pasta primavera, like sautéing vegetables and then in olive oil and then just making some pasta and then putting Parmesan on that or, you know, Romano or whatever. And then just eating that. Like that's, you know, it's one of my favorite easy things to do and it's fairly healthy. No, Jane, I was not married for 10 years to one person, so unfortunately, I don't qualify for any of that. Oh, thank you, London. Well, I'm going to be outside of London, but I am going to Hampton Court Monday. I got my ticket. It's probably going to rain. I looked at the forecast. It's probably going to rain Monday. It's like every time I go to a site. The good thing is there's a lot of Hampton Court that's indoors, so hopefully it'll be okay if it's raining. Of course, I have my Tower of London umbrella, so yeah. Bye, Kunti. I have journaled, Malia, while I've been gone. I've not really kept a diary every day. So, oh, Rhonda, sorry to hear that. Darlene, there's places I really love in the US. I mean, I like the West Coast for the most part. So I'm probably going to still be living If I'm not living in Reno, I'll be living somewhere else in California or maybe Oregon. I don't know. I just prefer it. I prefer the weather there. I prefer the lack of humidity there. I like the scenery there. So, yeah, I did get a senior ticket to Hampton Court. Okay, do you know London? If you're in London, which I think you are, is there supposed to be rain Monday? Just let me know. Yes, Lee, I did that. I discussed that earlier in the live stream. I was able to sell it back. I mean, I only got 80 pounds or 80 pounds, 80 euros for it, but it's still better than nothing. I should have followed my gut. My gut told me not to get that guitar, and see, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I was going to be here another month, and so anyway. Hi, Snezana from Macedonia. I wanted to go there. If I'd stayed here longer, I was going to come over to Lake Ohrid and see that because my Aussie friends are going to be staying over there. So, yeah. Okay, Pamela says rain is expected on Monday. There's a 60% chance. Okay. Well, we'll deal with it. I'll take my umbrella. Hopefully it won't be as bad as when I was at the Tower of London. That's all I'm saying. Snezana says they're only 2 hours from Ohrid. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've heard it's beautiful there. If I'm ever back in this area, I will definitely be going there. Oh. Yes, and I do have a rain jacket. That's right, Lisa. See, you were listening. You were paying attention. Yes, I do have a raincoat. Okay, well, I think we're going to yeah, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to do that. Yeah. Um yes, I will. I actually do have a selfie. I think one of my my brain is going, guys. I'm getting tired. Thumbnails. One of my thumbnails is I took with an umbrella in front of the London Bridge. So I do have that. Oh, you're going back to Canada, Snezana? Oh, okay. So you're just visiting over there? Thank you, Jane. Thanks, all of you. Well, anyway, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. And again, please, there is a video on my spiritual channel coming out tomorrow. So for any of you that follow that Elder Gal Spirit, check for that video tomorrow and watch it. There'll be another video on this channel on Sunday. I will do a live stream next Wednesday, hopefully on my laptop, so we don't have this problem with the trolls. And it wasn't as bad tonight as it was the other day, which is good. But yeah, and I will see you when I'm in Iceland if I'm not buried under a lava flow. So if that happens, that'll make the news. It'll say YouTube creator buried under a lava flow. So that'll be a thing. But I won't be around to enjoy that. So anyway. I know, I think it's pretty fast, Joe's Pyrite. I think if lava got you, I think that's a pretty fast way to go, honestly. It's pretty quick. Not that I'm wanting it. I'm not encouraging it at all. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for participating in the live stream. You guys have been great. I know we didn't have a few regulars tonight that I realized they weren't in there, but hopefully they're fine. And exactly, HFC, exactly. But thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend and rest of your weekend. It's a Thursday. Have a wonderful weekend to come. And then I'll talk to you next Wednesday. So take care, all of you. Be well, be kind, keep moving forward. You know the drill. So take care. Bye.